For over 5 decades, she captivated audiences with her intelligence and grace. Lolita, the orca also known as Tokitae and Scalich el Tenart, became an icon. She was a symbol of resilience in the face of unimaginable hardship. Confined to a cramped tank at the Miami Seaquarium, her spirit never seemed to break. Millions around the globe mourned when news of her death broke on August 18, 2023. Lolita's passing marked the end of a long, heartbreaking chapter in the story of orca captivity. She had spent 53 years in a concrete enclosure, a far cry from the vast expanse of her Pacific Northwest home. Her death, while tragic, ignited a firestorm of debate. It reignited the fight for the welfare of captive marine mammals. Lolita's story became a rallying cry, a potent reminder of the ethical questions surrounding these intelligent and social creatures. It forced the world to confront the consequences of keeping orcas in captivity. Lolita's life, though marked by confinement, sparked a movement. It has pushed us closer to a future where orcas are celebrated for their wild spirit, not their ability to perform tricks. Lolita's story began in the summer of 1970. The tranquil waters of Penn Cove, Washington, were shattered by the deafening roar of boats and the panicked cries of orcas. It was a scene of chaos and cruelty. This was the era of orca captures, a dark chapter in the history of our relationship with these magnificent creatures. Lolita, a young orca estimated to be around 4 years old, found herself trapped in a purse seine net. She was torn from her family, her pod, the only life she had ever known. The capture was brutal, leaving several young orcas dead. Lolita, along with others, was loaded onto a truck and transported to Miami. She was given the name Lolita and placed in a tank at the Miami Seaquarium. It was a far cry from the cold, deep waters of the Salish Sea. The tank, measuring a paltry 80 feet long, 35 feet wide, and 20 feet deep, would be her prison for the next 5 decades. Lolita's capture was a tragedy, but it was not an isolated incident. The 1970s saw dozens of southern resident orcas captured from the wild. Many died during capture or shortly after. Lolita's story, sadly, is not unique. For years, animal welfare advocates, scientists, and the Lumi Nation, who considered Lolita kin, fought tirelessly for her release. They argued that her small tank and decades of isolation had taken a toll on her physical and mental well-being. They dreamed of seeing her retire to a seaside sanctuary, a place where she could experience the currents and socialize with other orcas. In 2023, a glimmer of hope emerged. The Dolphin Company, which had acquired the Miami Seaquarium, announced plans to relocate Lolita to a natural sea pen in her home waters. The effort was backed by Indianapolis Colts owner Jim Irsay, who pledged financial support. It seemed like Lolita might finally get her chance at a semblance of freedom. She would not be able to roam the open ocean, but the sea pen would offer a vast improvement over her concrete enclosure. Excitement rippled through the activist community. After decades of campaigning, victory seemed within reach. Tragically, fate had other plans. On August 18, 2023, Lolita's long and heartbreaking journey came to an end. She died at the Miami Seaquarium just as plans for her relocation were gaining momentum. Her death sent shockwaves through the world. It left many questioning if her passing could have been prevented. The necropsy, conducted by a team of veterinary pathologists, revealed the grim reality of Lolita's physical condition. Her body bore the scars of a lifetime spent in captivity. The report cited a progression of chronic diseases, including renal disease, acute and chronic bronchointerstitial pneumonia, renal degeneration, and a chronic heart condition. These findings painted a stark picture of the toll that captivity captivity had taken on Lolita. Decades of swimming in circles, performing tricks for food, and enduring the stress of confinement had ravaged her body. While the exact cause of her death remains unknown, experts believe her compromised health made her more susceptible to illness. Lolita's death served as a tragic reminder of the limitations of captive care, even under the best intentions. It underscored the inherent cruelty of denying these highly intelligent and social creatures the freedom to engage in their natural behaviors. The Seaquarium, once a place of wonder and joy, now faces an uncertain future. The echoes of laughter and amazement are replaced by the somber reality of eviction. For years it stood as a beacon of marine life education and entertainment, but now it's time to say goodbye. The community, the staff, and the animals all feel the weight of this moment. The Seaquarium's legacy will live on, but its doors must close. This chapter ends, leaving behind memories that will be cherished forever. As news of Lolita's passing spread, a wave of sorrow swept across the nation. People from all walks of life came together to mourn the loss of this magnificent orca. Her story had touched the hearts of many, and her death served as a stark reminder of the complex relationship between humans and marine life. From heartfelt tributes to solemn memorials, Lolita's impact was felt far and wide. In the wake of Lolita's death, conversations about captivity and conservation gained renewed urgency. Advocates emphasized the need for stronger protections for marine life and called for the end of orca captivity. Lolita's legacy became a rallying cry for those dedicated to ensuring that no other orca would endure the same fate. Her life and death ignited a movement towards a more compassionate and sustainable approach to marine conservation. Lolita's story is unfortunately not unique. Many orcas still live in captivity, facing physical and psychological challenges. The ongoing toll of captivity on these intelligent and social creatures cannot be ignored. As we reflect on Lolita's life, we must also consider the broader implications for all marine animals held in captivity. It's a call to action for greater understanding and empathy towards these majestic beings. Honoring Lolita's memory means more than remembering her life. It means advocating for change. Her story has the power to inspire a new generation of conservationists and animal lovers. By sharing her journey, we can educate others about the importance of protecting marine life and the ocean ecosystems they inhabit. Lolita's legacy lives on in our efforts to create a world where all creatures are treated with the respect and dignity they deserve.